Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and what a day, what a game of football, and what a performance by Borussia Dortmund as they defeated Bayer Leverkusen a 4-2 at Leverkusen's home stadium at Xabi Alonso's final home game as the Leverkusen manager. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, it was from the get-go, it was a really great game of football. You expected both of these teams when they are gonna play each other. You expect an entertaining game, and you got that. I mean, the way that Bayer Leverkusen started, they were on the front foot. It felt like the entire stadium wanted to give Xabi Alonso a great farewell. It was going to be a great goodbye from them to Xabi Alonso. He won them the league last year, and they have he has been an amazing manager for them. So the mood was set, and the way that Leverkusen started, it felt like the performance was going to match the mood. They were really good at the start of the game. They created so many chances. I mean, the way that they were moving the ball, it was really beautiful to watch. They go ahead and they scored, they take an early lead as well. It becomes 1-0, and the way the script was going perfectly, and you just thought it is gonna carry on, and Leverkusen are gonna have a great night out. And then the villain comes in, and the villains are Leverkusen themselves. And they, the problem for Leverkusen this season has been that the reason that they have not been able to retain their title is how wasteful they are in front of the goal. They had so many chances in that early period, in the first 20-25 minutes, where they could have easily scored 2 or 3 goals and basically put the game to bed, but they were just not able to convert those chances. And even if you are playing against any side in the top league and you don't finish your chances off, you are gonna get punished, let alone playing against a really good side who is basically right now fighting to get into the Champions League, and who is currently in amazing run of form. And that's what happened. Dortmund were really happy. I have to give big credit to Niko Kovac. He understood the situation. He knew Leverkusen are much more better possession-based side. He let them have the ball. You could just see the way that they set up. That they were quite deep in their half. They were really happy for Leverkusen to have the ball. Leverkusen had about 70% possession in that game, and Dortmund just sat back. They absorbed the pressure. They conceded, and even then they did not let that get to them, and they hit Leverkusen on the counter. Before scoring, they came close a couple of times, but Leverkusen repelled their attacks. But then finally they go ahead and just score that first goal. It becomes a 1-0, and I would say Xabi Alonso, I don't know whether it was of the occasion and whatnot, he got tactically he got completely defeated by Kovac in that game. Even after going behind, equalizing, Xabi Alonso did not tweak his system. He did not try to change anything. He let the game play out, because he thought that because the way that they were playing, that they were going to be able to control their counter attack. That because how good they are in possession, they are going to be able to go ahead and finish the game off. But they were not really able to, and Dortmund kept on hitting them on the counter attacks. It became 2-1 before around 30-minute mark, and nobody really could believe that that's what happening, because Dortmund barely had possession in that first 30 to 35 minutes period. But the thing is that the game never really changed the tempo. It was played on a high tempo, and both the team never really changed their playing style. I sort of expected that after halftime, maybe Leverkusen are going to be a bit more reserved. They're going to try to do something. Xabi Alonso is going to try to change something to counter that Dortmund's corner, and try to get them out of their half. But they did not, because they were already 2-1 ahead. So Dortmund were really happy. They basically had their job. They did the job done. Their job in the first half, getting a 2-1 ahead. And Leverkusen, despite going behind 2-1 in the first half, they still had a couple of great chances. But as I said, they were just so wasteful in front of the goal. They are just not able to finish their chances off, and they did not finish their chances off yet again. And the second half comes in, and Dortmund continue the same thing. They are really happy. You could just say they're for so many times that the Dortmund players are just standing there, just marking the ball, just seeing Leverkusen have their play, pass it around, try to wiggle their way through the Dortmund's players, but they did not let them. And the moment they get the ball, just straight away the counter attack starts, and Leverkusen are not able to be able to control that counter. They're not able to contain that counter, because so many of their players are deep in Dortmund's box, and Dortmund are to be very honest, they have been really good in the counter attack. Since the start of the season, even under Sahin, and now even under Kovac as well, they have been really good. When it comes to counter attacks, and that they were in this game as well. They score a third, they score a fourth, and it was starting to look like an embarrassing day. It is still an embarrassing defeat for Leverkusen, and to come at a day like this, Xabi Alonso's last home game, is a farewell game for him, and to see like that, it sort of, in my opinion, perfectly sums up why he had to leave. I mean, in my opinion, both of them had reached a point, mutually where both of them decided like, yeah, we cannot go forward. I think Alonso had reached the limit where he could take Leverkusen to the levels that he did. He won them the league and whatnot. But this is that it shows that this is the only this is the only place where he can take them. I don't think he could take them any further from there. So it was a right time for him to leave, in my opinion. He's going on a high as well, and this game was a perfect realization for him as well the fans. And again, as I said, the reason why they were not really able to win the league because of how wasteful they are. Dortmund, they go ahead and they score it, make it 4-1, and luckily for Leverkusen, they are able to score a goal, right, and then to make it at least a little bit respectful. I mean, 4-2 looks much better than a 4-1 defeat. Leverkusen don't really care, if I'm being very honest with you. They are going to finish the second in the table, no problem for them. The only thing is that, as I said, it was Xabi Alonso's last home game, so that leaves a sort of a sour taste in everybody's mouth, that is the last game of the manager who won you the league, and this is how it ends. So it is quite a sad day in that way, if I'm being very honest with you. Dortmund, on the other hand, their run has been amazing. I mean, they really want to get back in the Champions League. They are giving their all, but unfortunately for them, the teams around them are not really dropping points. Freiburg won their game. It was a close game, but they ended up winning, so they are still a point ahead. Frankfurt are going to play. Frankfurt are a point ahead as well. So if Frankfurt somehow lose, or they draw their game or something like that happens, that's going to have a massive effect as well. So Dortmund on their from their side, they are trying really hard to get you to break into that Champions League places. So then now what they can do is they can just sit back and they can hope that the result in the Frankfurt game goes their way, that Frankfurt are not able to win the game. The next week is going to be really interesting. Just one match day to go. We already have, the two relegations are confirmed. Hoschenkiel and Bochum, both of them are going down, unfortunately. So the relegation isn't the only thing remaining for the last match day. Is the qualification process, which team is going to qualify for Europe. So that is going to be interesting. And Dortmund are fighting really hard. As I said, they were brilliant today. I think Niko Kovac got Xabi Alonso's number quite easily, and the way that the players responded as well. You can hit teams on counter, but you need to be effective on it as well. And Dortmund were really effective whenever they got the chance. I mean, they had like 5 to 6. They had about 7 counterattacks, if I'm not wrong. And if out of 7 counterattacks you are able to score in 4 of them, that shows how effective your team has been and how much work you have put in those scenarios. So great day out for Dortmund. Their push for the Champions League continues, but a very sad day and a catastrophic day of a farewell for Xabi Alonso and Leverkusen. But they will be happy they are going to play in the Champions League, and now the search for the new manager really starts for Leverkusen. That is it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Leverkusen's performance, Dortmund's performance, and do you think Dortmund are going to be able to qualify for the Champions League? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season. Just about 30 subscribers remaining, and the days are starting to get short. We still have about 20 days to go, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.